Hey y'all, last video of the night, we're gonna talk about marriage boot camp reality stars real quick, because I actually missed one of the episodes last week. I was not feeling well. Y'all know I just had surgery, still in home recovering from surgery. So not last week, but the week before last, I wasn't feeling well. So I'm feeling a lot better. I actually go back to work in a couple of weeks. Actually, not next week, but the week after next. So I would never thought I would say that, but I'm looking forward to it. And it's just been some other stresses in my life, y'all. I'm gonna make a relationship rant soon about just the situation that's going on in my relationships. Um, and yeah. But we're gonna talk about this marriage boot camp situation. I'm gonna try to make this one a lot quicker than the other ones, because we're not gonna really go over last week. We're just gonna have to start from this week. But basically, this one is, hold up, let me see. This one is season 6, episode 5. So, um, basically, in episode 4, we'll do like 4 and 5 together because it really kind of mesh together, basically. But let's just go over the relationships because really, like I said, this is gonna be a quick review. Hold on. Um, let's just start with this episode is about communication. So we first start off with Karen and Storm. Last week they did good as far as the drill went. They actually did a really good job on the drill. So um, they noticed that the experts noticed that they were actually the only couple that was actually taking the drills in consideration and improving their relationship. So they gave them some props on that or whatever. Because they really really argue. Like I told y'all before, I think Storm is kind of might be a little abusive to her, but when they argue, they like going in. And I guess it's sometimes that's if that's how you argue, I guess that's the best way to kind of communicate with your partner. I don't know really honestly, because I'm gonna have to say no. That may not be the best way to communicate, but if that's how you argue, that's how you argue. But at least at the end of the day, you get some understanding from each other. So they just basically are the ones that's taking the drills how they should be and learning from the situation and learning how to communicate with each other throughout the process. It seems like this is the only couple that's actually getting something out of the house, which are they actually are the ones. Will Storm really feel like he shouldn't even be there, but they actually are getting somewhere. So yeah, they are just working on their communication with each other. Cause like she said, she liked that he's really protective of his child, his daughter, and all that stuff, and that's why she was drawn to him because of his protective nature. But it's just about how she communicates with him and how he communicates with her about their needs and wants. So anyway, they get into the drill of the day, and the drill is basically like this obstacle course where you and your partner go out on the obstacle course, and one of you are blindfolded, and the other person is going to tell you to go left or right or whatever, left or right. So we start with Kiki and Michael, and Kiki and Michael, he telling her, go left, go right, and she's kind of getting frustrated with his direction, but they kind of made it in good time. Um, we went with Karen and Storm, and she did good in her time and everything, and she didn't really get frustrated. She kind of ran over the one of the little props or whatever, but they did pretty good. We got to Merica and Nico and Margot, because that's the threesome couple. And basically the experts made Margot choose Nico or Merica, and so America made a comment. She was like, "Are you gonna choose your future or your past?" So Margot was like, "Since you said that, Nico, let's go." So I just felt everybody, including myself, felt bad for America because America seems to really like Margot, and Margot is just still kind of just playing around. She just seems to be like taking everything for a joke, and it's not really a joking matter, to be honest. You are in a relationship with this girl. You're not necessarily divorced. You are not divorced. You separated, and your husband is there to fight for you. So, it's not something that you can just take lightly when you're trying to pick and choose who you're going to make the drill with. So, America basically never got the chance to even have an opportunity because she automatically chose Nico, which is her history. And they actually did a good job. He was very calm in communicating with her, and the experts were impressed by his tone of voice he was using and stuff like that, and how he was talking to her and how she was responding. Oh, just as a reminder, the other person that was driving was blindfolded, so that's why they were listening to the partner's direction on which way to go. Then we got Jim and Amber, and Jim was the blindfolded one, and Amber was giving directions. Amber was telling him to go right when he should have been going left, and she was just like, she was making jokes about how dumb she was, and he was just like agreeing, but he's very condescending to her and just like, you are a dummy when she's trying to make a joke about it, but he's really just saying, yeah, but you really are, and he just kind of shook his head at it like it's a damn shame. I can't stand the way he treat her. Last couple was Jade and Tanner. They did a pretty good job as well. They made the longest time, but she was pointing, trying to give him direction versus just saying the direction, even though the man was blindfolded. She was just being a dummy as well, in my opinion. He didn't call her a dummy, but I mean, why are you pointing and he blindfolded? Like, you need to be communicating, and that was the whole point, to open your mouth. And she's the main one in the house that does not have a voice, that just doesn't talk and doesn't have an opinion. So this would have been her chance to shine, but she was pointing the direction more so than actually giving the direction. She had to remind herself that, damn, he can't see, so why am I pointing? It was quite annoying. So the experts didn't tell them how they were going to win just yet, but they did tell them who had the fastest time, and so Nico and Margot had the fastest time. But not to get your hopes up so fast, because really the winner was who communicated the best. But it ended up being Nico and Margot as well, which was basically because of the way he talked to her and kind of smoothed it out, and that's why they had the fastest time. So of course, America made America kind of think back to, like, well, hey, this is something they have this future together, they have this history together, and this is something that I'm kind of in the middle of. This is this triangle with him and her, and this is my girlfriend, but this is his wife. And they talk about Kiki complaining and bitching about everything that happens. Nico and Margot won, and Kiki was mad about Nico and Margot winning, but she got mad and took it out on her husband, and it was just crazy. But at the end of the day, the experts pulled Kiki and Michael to the side because they was cheating. Michael was actually doing the pedal, like the brakes and stuff, to stop Kiki from going too fast or too far. And they showed it. They rewind the camera and showed them cheating. So that's the reason why they didn't win. They were disqualified. So Kiki was bitching and moaning for no reason, and she was mad because she got called out for cheating in the first place. And so Margot was basically nitpicking at her, like, y'all cheated to begin with, so y'all should have been disqualified. While you so busy mad at me, y'all some cheaters. Nico and Margot won, so they ended up having this private dinner, like this whole great dinner, whatever. And uh, because they won, and they had this dinner, America, which is Margot's girlfriend, was upset about, them having one-on-one time together. But Margot was just basically saying to her, you can't really get upset about the process of this thing. America was like, I didn't come here for this. This is not why I came here. He was not even supposed to be here. We supposed to be here working on me and you. And she was just like, but at the end of the day, he is here. He is my husband. And you cannot get upset about the process of how this is going. Unfortunately, he was the winner because I chose him and we communicated well. So that's how we ended up winning. So they ended up going out on a little private date. When they got back from the date, she was telling him, she's like, I know you like lobster, so I brought you some lobster. And America was like, well, why would I, she's like, I saved your lobster. She's like, why would I be happy about you saving the lobster for me, when, you shouldn't have even chose him to begin with. So that really didn't go anywhere. And, they got into this big argument. She put America out of the room. They all three in the room together. So her and Nico ended up staying in the room together. If I was America, and so the experts tell America that, she has a choice here. Nico got a choice too. It's not just on Margot. Y'all need to decide as well whether you're gonna be still in this to doing it like this. And America was telling her, like, was just saying, you're right. I do have a decision to make. It's not just Margot's decision. This is my life too. But she really, really loves Margot. Margot just is not really, really into her, and she's just kind of confused about what she wants. Um, what else happened? Oh, so in the end, basically they talked about each couple, whatever, and Judge Toller came around to kind of give everybody their own little feedback or whatever. We knew that Kiki and Michael cheated, so they called them out again about them cheating. Um, what else? They Yeah, so Judge Toller has a punishment for one of the couples, but she go over Jade and Tanner. She was just telling to Jade that she just saw her as being young and afraid and voiceless, and not, like I said, she was pointing instead of having a voice to tell him where he should have been directing to, and basically told her to quit hiding and basically just come forward and be who you are and express yourself and have a voice, and for him to give her an environment to where she feels free enough to actually speak and to help her do it. Jim and Amber, they lost. They were the losers of the challenge, and then after they lost, they actually embraced the loss and ended up meddling in somebody else's relationship with America and Margot. And she was like, again, you was meddling. I really just need y'all to focus on yourselves and not stay out of each other people's relationship business. She told Nico, Margot, and America to kind of, they right now everybody's looking at you all as a threesome. She's like, I want you guys to look at each other as an individual, because, like I said, each of you have decisions to make. This is not just on Margot. Y'all need to decide as well what y'all want to do based on what she's doing. It's not just on her. And I would never let it be on her because, first of all, you the one that's married. You crazy girl, please. I wouldn't even let her dictate nothing to me. She wouldn't tell me nothing. If she gonna be with him, then I'm gonna be with whoever I want to be with, and I might not be with your ass. With Karen and Storm, she realized that Karen has realized that, I need to approach Storm differently, and she is, and Judge told her, just let them know, I can see that y'all are having a different kind of communication, so Storm, it's up to you to realize if you going to approach her, meet her halfway, or you just going to back off, what you going to do? She coming at you a different way now, and how you going to respect that? And that they basically just need to learn how to talk to each other and speak to each other so that there is no break in the communication and one person shut down, meaning Storm, because that's what he used to do. She get to Kiki, and Kiki just, so she drains me. Like, I did not know she was like this, but she is so closed off to any kind of constructive criticism at all. As soon as the lady gets to her, she got her head down. She don't want to listen. She don't want to look at her. And she was just telling her that she need to be open to change, and that change is okay. And them cheating, basically it's Michael just basically again holding Kiki back from making the changes that she need to make, and shame on them for cheating. So she handed out the punishment or whatever, and the punishment is for Jade and Tanner. She gave Tanner this bullhorn so that she'll be able to talk and talk loudly enough so that everybody can hear her to work on her communication. In the end, everybody goes back to their respective corners and everybody go back to their rooms, whatever. Oh my God, this last part just really took me out the game. So everybody going to bed. Everybody going to bed peaceful. Like I said, Margot and Nico and America had a little fight. America was put out of the room. Margot and Nico went to bed. America went and slept on the couch pissed off. That's another thing that would have made me cut her off. But Jim and Amber, so Jim in the room trying to have sex with Amber, right? So Amber was like, I'm not going to do this on camera, right? So he was like, you're not going to do this on camera. So he actually gets mad with her, right? Y'all, listen, I'm going to repeat exactly what he said to her verbatim. This is very explicit, but listen to this, right? Because I was just like, what the hell? No, you never gonna ever, never, ever, never talk to me like that in your entire life. And I would never. And then Amber just, girl, no. So look, I got to go back and get exactly what he said because he is crazy. So he trying to have sex, right? She didn't want to have sex on camera. So this is what he said. He was like, I just want to make love to my wife. He was like, I just want to have sex with my wife. And what do you do to me? So you put your mouth on my dick like a goddamn fucking lube job. I've had hookers that's better than you. And you know what? One day, I'm going to fuck the shit out of some bitch. And you're going to be like, why did you do that? And I'm going to be like, do you remember this night? He said, because I'll put it this way. I'd rather go to hell than live in hell for the next 10 years. You better fucking embrace that shit. Girl. Oh, no. So they argue. He was like, he give you anything you want. I fucking take care of you. Chemo. I sat through fucking chemo, and this is how you treat me. He was like, you're the best. You know what? He was like, I'm gonna put up with this shit for another 10 years. He's like, when our daughter or whatever, they bleep the name out. When our daughter, after them 10 years and she gets 18, he said, I'm fucking a 22-year-old. And if you shocked, you better not, don't be. And she talking about it's my fault. You know, she hasn't been good to him and she's never seen this from him before up until now. Girl, and she got to do something about it. Girl, absolutely not. Y'all, not to mention, I already told y'all that he blamed her for having cancer. Talking about her lifestyle choices caused her to have cancer. And last week, she put it out there that he was an alcoholic. And he was like, you know, you blaming me for having cancer, but I'm blaming you for your alcoholism and what you do. Child, if they don't break up after this show, Amber is a weak B. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching this one. This one made, I try to make this one quick as possible because I had missed the episode, but it's still getting good. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.